Hi Amanda, this is Kelly, and I just want to show you a couple things as far as what I'm looking for this tab document here. So here's the document you sent me, and on the surface, everything it looks good. If people didn't know tabs, they wouldn't know what I'm looking for. So I just want to point out a couple of things too. First of all, how you accomplish this really was using this first line indent for this grouping, and then moving this group over here to this left indent, which actually I'm a little surprised that worked for you, but hey, you made it work. But this is what I'd be looking for instead. And the bar tab is correct, so that's perfect, but I'm just gonna move this back. And this will take a little finagling because notice as I move this first line indent kind of moves as well. So I don't want that to move too far off the screen because then it'll be weird about letting me put it back. So I'm just going to get this back to where it normally is on your 1 inch or on the far left margin here. So I noticed you put your tabs in, which is perfect. You typed all your information with the tab in between. Perfect. But what I'm looking for, instead of moving that left indent over for this column of information, you're going to set a left tab instead. So here's my left tab. I have it chosen over here. Again, if I click through it, there's a center tab, there's the right, there's the decimal, the bar tab, and so on. But I want to use the left tab. So when I set a left tab, let's just say I want this second column of information to come here on the 4-inch mark, and there it's going to align it left. Now I could maybe make that a right tab and move it over here to the 5-inch mark, and then the text is on the right, but I'm going to leave it set as the left tab. I just hit undo a couple times to go back to that. And then you could use your left indent to move this column of information over. So I can grab this now left indent to indent that in. Now I could also tab that, but if I was going to use the tab, if I would want to set a tab for that, I would have had to hit the tab key before I would have typed in that information. So I would have had to hit tab, patient accounts, tab, Mary Jones, tab, admitting, tab, Jerry Williams. So I certainly could put a tab for this column, but I would have had to think that through before I would have typed it. And this left indent works just as well. So that's what I'm looking for. The bar tab is perfect. And of course, once I have that tab in here, I can move it if I want to. But that's what I'm looking for that second column, or when you move on to the next one, you have the numbers. The numbers would maybe have a right tab or a decimal tab, depending on what you have there. So hopefully this helps you. Let me know if you have any more questions, and have a great weekend.